What is up? We are live. We are going to do some drafts. We are going to discuss the week, what I have planned, and we're going to go over a little bit of news. But before that, we're going to hit the intro.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls indecent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball, Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who? Hey, thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in names, infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs, screaming, came in chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
All right. Need to set the timestamp real quick. What's up, chat? Let's say hi to Pepper Tony, Fantasy Dog Pound, Sweet Leaf, Stephen WC, Pepper Tony chiming in for the poll. The poll today is are mints candies or not? You guys get to decide. It was a discussion we had at work. What's up, Jamie? How we doing? What's up, Caddy? Welcome. Fantasy Football Garage. And by the way, Fantasy Dog Pound and Fantasy Football Garage both have channels. Go check them out. Part of the news is that whenever BBO goes live, very shortly after, at some point, Fantasy Dog Pound is going to come on this channel and we're going to do a bigger board. So, whenever, and it's in the final steps, he was saying. So, it shouldn't be too long. I'm absolutely looking forward to that. That'll be a good time. Haven't got a draft with Pat yet, even last year. So, that'll be awesome. I know that he's you generally not into rookies, and I don't mind drafting a team or two without rookies. So it'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm setting you up for a question tonight, sir. You can have your own question tonight. That's another really good question. We got we got to solve the first mystery to get to the second mystery. That's how this works. Uh, I'm sure everybody's seen the somber news. Rondell Moore died. Uh, I mean, just go look at the reports and everything. It's man was what 25 years old, so he was a solid player. He moved around some teams, but uh, that it's not good. Not a good situation. But anyway, that's all the news we have for today. Nothing positive. I am hearing some rumors about some different things. Like I've been listening to a lot of fantasy points, and they feel, yeah, mental health is important. Don't be afraid to reach out. Yeah, that's the crux of that situation. Uh, but yeah, absolutely, Peppertoni is right. Um, but anyway, you guys are here to draft, so we're gonna draft, and we're gonna draft a big board in 15 seconds.
Bestball began to rest. We never leave the grind. Fury, endless, picks, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who waits? Immortal.
All right, we're waiting on 5. I'm planning on doing 2 drafts tonight. Um, I'm debating on doing my second one on DK. I don't know yet. Um, I might only do one. We'll see. I did wake up not feeling great today, but I got home early and I got to sleep 4 hours. Uh, so I'm probably good for a while. Um, and as long as I'm good to stay up and draft tonight. What's up, Bindles? How we doing? Bindles also has a channel I'm sure all of you are aware of as well. They did this 4-man draft the other day. Him, Sus, Zero, and Nick Bach. It was interesting for sure. Uh, I think they did. You drafted the teams, right? Like, uh, woo me at the end of the countdown. Yeah, I think the countdown's pretty neat. I'm the only channel that actually has one. Maybe some people don't like it. If you don't like it, say something. It actually gives me time, which I forgot to do. It gives me time to go do my timestamp. That's why I put it in. So I could go do my timestamp without you guys having to see it. And it actually has something on the screen while I do my timestamp. So that's actually why I put it in there for that. And so you guys could get in the draft with me if you so choose. Um, but it's a multi-purpose thing is what it is. Surprised that this has taken a little bit to fill. I know that the bigger board, the PPR Tyler was doing, it took what, like 15 minutes to fill, but that is a bigger board as well. I've definitely moved. I have done some moves on my rankings. I have moved what's his name? Javante. I moved Javante up, and I should probably move Travis Etienne up a little bit, but just because somebody's following somebody on X, does that mean that they're going to play together? Like, is it a sign that it could be a thing that happens? Yeah, it could. But like, what's the likelihood that that's right? And other than Kansas City, name one spot that ETN could land that's better than is as good as Jacksonville. And I would argue that KC isn't as good of a landing spot as Jacksonville even. So like him moving up in the draft, which he will, if he goes to KC, to me doesn't make a ton of sense. Yeah, Javante signed for 3 years with the boys. I suppose you should start drafting him more. Yeah, I moved Javante up. I need to move Swift down. Swift has been falling a bunch. While we're waiting on people, I'm actually going to go do that. So I've seen Swift fall to the sixth a couple times, and if that's going to happen, I need to move Swift down so I can get better value on him. I'll move him one spot behind Harvey. That way I don't get zero Harvey. I have a decent chunk of Judkins. I started the offseason a little higher on him, and I'm slowly not feeling as confident in the Judkins stuff with the offensive line news, like with as bad as the offensive line is and all that. But to be honest, like the Browns, they have like their entire offense. The only thing they have is him, right? He's the only piece. Maybe another stream just jumped in because we got a bunch of people to join at the same time. We got the 104, maybe the best spot on the board. Slim Slug the plug here at the 5. I don't know if you're watching, but I've seen you in a couple of these. If you are, thank you. Game tied at the 10. And and Sweet Leaf with the 101. How did I miss that? So Sweet Leaf, you have to be reasonably close to your black badge, right? You have to be. Yeah, and the Broncos could sign ETN. That would actually be a good that would actually be a spot that would be just as good. Like it would be awful for Harvey, right? I have this wild theory that if Jeremiah Love falls in the draft like I think he might, I could see the Broncos trading up into like pick 15 or something to take Jeremiah Love. Like I don't think he would ever get past the Vikings. So if Jeremiah Love does fall into the teens like I expect him to, and I think like Dallas could still take him, but I think they're way, way less likely to take him now that they signed Javante, right? Like even if he's there. So I think that the Broncos, like I kind of think that the RJ Harvey experiment was proven to be a fail, right? Like yes, he got 12 touchdowns, but James Cook. All right, Big Daddy Mac, do your thing. I only have 2% Jamar Chase. But you know what? I'm not gonna give up. Like I'm not gonna give that up. I think Bijan and Gibbs, due to how severe running backs fall off, like you basically just have to have a 1 and 2. I want more of those. First, black badge is 500, and the red badge is 1,000. And I believe that daily drafts and pick'ems also count towards that as well. All right. Greg says, mint are mints. What's with you guys? What say? We're here creating chaos. That's what we do in these streets. 101, baby. I like no badge. They underestimate you. Yeah, like the reason I'm asking is because like every single stream I go to, I see you in, and I see you talking, and I also see you usually in the lobby. And then when you're not in those lobbies, and I join a random draft on Drafters or DraftKings, you're also there. So I don't know. Maybe we just tend to draft at the same time. I don't know. What's up, Anthony? Anthony here was one of my very first subscribers. That's all. Like I had him come in as one of the only. Like he was the only person on my very first. I think it was the second stream. The first one I did was just with Victor, just to make sure like I knew what I was doing. I basically made it private, and then I reached out to Anthony here, and he was the only one chatting in that. It was the second stream, I believe, and the next few. I didn't even promote it to the community. I just kind of did it, and he's actually the one that let other people know that I was trying to get comfortable doing it. And what's your are you in this draft, Bestball Berserker? I've seen you in my chat a couple times. Yeah, day one supporter, absolutely. And I won't forget that. I spend my every thoughts to get the algo. Yep. What's up, Loots? All right, we got the slight Gibbs fall. Let's do. I have more Bowers than I really want, but Gibbs Bowers is probably a little unique. Like it's not like extremely unique by any means, but Gibbs ADP is like both of them fell 2 spots. So black badge played 500 contest or won 2,500. Red badge is played 1,000 or won 3 contests. I didn't realize that they had the winning and the winning money thing in there. It's all good. You remember we drafted that one time in Discord before you become a. Yep. Yeah, I did that. I was like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, and I just streamed in my Discord. Or I invited him to my old Discord, not the Who Crew one. I think he may still be in it. I don't ever use it anymore. It was my gaming one that we used to use for Path of Exile and Heroes of the Storm whenever I played that. And I just streamed that basically to get practice. I should be well over 500. I hammer MLB too. I don't understand it, but you're not worried. Got it. You're buying the ETN Steam, huh? Like that's going to be unique. I do think if he signs with Kansas City, ETN is going to move up like that. Yeah, I'm going to take Olave. I really like the Olave price. I know not everybody likes it. Some people think that he's overpriced. I think that he's very, very properly priced. But part of that's because, and I was wrong last year on the Panthers being the cheap team that's really good. This year, I think that Tyler Shuck is that cheap quarterback, and like I know that he's still like around 12, uh, or no, he's round 10, but they're the offense. He's still drafted as like quarterback 20ish. I think they're gonna finish well above that. ETN and Olave are going back to the prices from 2 years ago. Yeah. Well, Olave is still a full round behind her. Like, Olave wasn't this price. Like, I know you've said that. Olave was mid-second. Like, Olave was, like, I didn't like his price at all. And I took him most of the time that year whenever he fell back to the 2-3 turn. But Olave is an early third-round pick, not like ADP 19 like he was that year. Like, ADP 19 and ADP 24, 25 is significantly different to me. Like, just miles apart, in my opinion. And it's 26. So, like, to me, that is like it's a much, much different price than it was 2 years ago. So the one thing I don't like about Bowers is that if Colston Loveland makes it back, I feel like I made the wrong. I don't remember that. I'm pretty sure he was higher. Maybe he ended at the 2-3 turn and started later. Or ended there and started earlier, because I remember him and Waddle going at like 18, 19 every single draft. Anthony says Olave ADP feels valid, but I don't know about ETN repeating last year. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll just take this click. Yeah, I got Jahmyr Gibbs at the 104. Yeah. What's up, Jerry? Also, channel news. I'm going to be on Jerry's channel on Wednesday evening. I'm not sure if we clarified the time yet, but Wednesday night I will be over there. If you're in my Discord, I will post the link. You'll have access to it. But sometime that evening after my stream, I will be over there on his channel. Look forward to that for sure. I believe I'm going to be his first guest, he said. So that'll be interesting. And by the way, if you want me to, I can pop in 10 minutes early or whatever, in case you have any questions on like how to manage with two people, because there's a couple little differences. Nothing major, but just little things you can do. What kind of devil would assume mints are candy? Like, yeah, yeah. There we go. Like, these are the kind of poll questions that get people going. Gibbs at 104 is amazing. So, yeah, exactly. 200 total yards. What up, Al Boogs? How we doing? If you're just popping in, if you could smash a like, that would be awesome. And if you're new and you enjoy the content, I mean, hold on. Yeah, we're doing it. And you enjoy the content, please smash this up. I almost took Lamar over Devontae Adams. I will definitely take him at 52. I'm liking this draft so far. Jahmyr Gibbs, Brock Bowers, Olave, Adams, Lamar. Like, I'm going to go hero running back. I've been talking about how I believe hero running back is underutilized right now. I really like the running backs from like rounds 9 to 14. And I think if you get a hero to support them, that it's really, really strong. So we're going to play with that. We're going to see how this looks. And also, like, with all of these running backs going this early, it's also makes the wide receiver prices cheaper. Like the value you would get compared to years past, right? So when more of one position is drafted up top, that increases the value of all the other positions generally, right? That's a good point. People don't draft heavy running back like boomers. Yeah. I think that hero may be the strategy this year. Not that I've been drafting that way. I've kind of came to that conclusion recently. Uh, but I also like. I think that all of these running back prices are correct. So like, I don't want everything to be hero because I don't want to be underweight a lot of those guys. Like the only guys up here I wouldn't mind being underweight, like CMC. Actually, James Cook is one that I don't mind being underweight. Like, and by underweight, I mean like 6% on Cook. On McCaffrey, I think I could go to 4. But all the other ones, like, I like the price. I don't want to be well under. So if I go hero every time, like I can't get there. But like with the hero, like I got double elite now. Like I could just hit a bunch of wide receivers, right? Like I love the Mike Evans price. He would be I think he'd be the perfect fit for Baltimore. I know Peppertoni agrees. Peppertoni, by the way, let's say hi to Dark Side first. You like Olave, you just think his price is bad. What's up? Deal me in. There goes my hero. Maybe it's gone. Maybe I just ruined it for everybody. Maybe now the new strategy is out there and everybody will do it. And then robust will be the way again. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Also, let me know if you can hear the background music or not. I'm just going to run the Ducks at first. And then the second draft, I will use that awesome tune that Jamie made. I also have a full-length song that Jamie made that I haven't played yet. If anybody wants to hear it, we could play that either in between drafts or we could play that at the end of the stream, one or the other. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take Alec Pierce here. This feels really good. Lamar Jackson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Olave, Adams, Evans, Pierce, Brock Bowers. Like, doesn't that just feel strong? Like, because we're going to add some people like, let's say, Blake Corum or Algier, and then like Gainwell, Connor, Emmett Johnson, some stuff like that, right? Like, so, like, I kind of think that these are a really, really good. My running back two won't be Najee. Oh man, that no, like I've done a couple of these and they all feel really, really strong. Like very strong to me. Now, I will say that the double elite onesie is probably not the move for this, but I feel like that's just too much of a discount on Lamar to not take him. And I do think there's kind of a clean break at Brock Bowers' price. So I do generally take him. Although one of my lessons from last year is that having clean breaks at price is like, if you're wrong, it feels really, really bad. Like, because I had a clean break at Brian Thomas Jr.'s last year, and all of the picks right behind him were some of the best picks on the board, being Devon Achane and Derrick Henry. So, like, I do. It's a elite tight end. Bad thoughts. I mean, it's thin, but we've kind of discussed this on and off already. Like, the Kyle Pitts nuke week proved both sides right. It proved that elite tight end spikes absolutely matter, but it also proved that maybe it's like that same, like, so he's not an elite tight end, or wasn't last year, right? So, but the only way to keep up with him was the elite tight end and McBride, who had 31 points the week that Kyle Pitts had the 40-something. So, like, it kind of proved both sides, which is kind of weird. All right, so I think I just want to take Jadarian Price here. I'm feeling Jadarian Price. So we're going to take Jadarian Price. And Then we're going to take another running back at 100, I think, and hopefully Tyler Shuck makes it to 117. That's the goal. If that happens, we're going to feel very good about this team. So the poll right now, for those of you who are keeping tab, we got 25 votes on the pad. Are mint candy? Currently, people say yes. 56 of you say yes, and 44% of you say no. And I'm going to assume the people who said no are much more like set in their decision than the people who said yes. Because it also means you hit on the later drafted players. Yeah. Andy's mints are candy. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of thing. Like, are we talking about like? I'm disgusted with 56% of this chat. I'm actually on the mints are candies, but it depends on which mints you're talking about too. Like a peppermint is actually called a peppermint candy. Like that's actually its name, right? So to say that it's not a candy, yeah, and the host, and yeah, yeah. So I've admittedly eaten a whole 10 of Altoids in one sitting more than once. More than once. Like, that's a pretty funny statement without the more than once. The more than once makes that an elite statement. All right. So, yeah, just got the confirmation on the time with the stream with Jerry. At the end of this stream, I will say that. But if you're in the Discord, and I need to link the Discord real quick. If you're in the Discord, I do post every time I'm going live in the live stream section. I think I'm going to make it live stream / videos, and that way anytime a video pops up, like I have 2 separate ones right now for live streams and for videos. I think I'm just going to make that one and call that good. And there's a lot of things that go on in that Discord. The community, I have a open chat channel, which the second it gets toxic, it's gone. Will be no more. But right now, everybody's cool. People randomly stream drafts and just sitting there and chill to each other because you can just share your screen. Like, it's a good time. Like, they're talking strategy of baseball at times and like all kinds of other things. As long as people don't get toxic with it, it's going to stay that way. As soon as it gets toxic, probably going to do something like, but then it'll be gone. But there'll be ways to work around that as well. Got to give Jerry. I was at work. I didn't see the game. And to be honest, I'm probably not going to watch the game. So, like, not that I don't mind hockey. I'm in this, and I've basically forced myself to like take time to learn editing, work on things. I've been looking up stats. Like, I'm trying to actually do this like for real this year. That doesn't mean I'm going to be good at it, but we're trying. And I do, like, in my spare time, I like to watch a movie instead of another sport, since I'm very involved in one sport at the moment. So Tyler Shuck or Baker would be good. Like, I know I fully expect Baker or Evans to leave, but he's not definitely going to leave. And there is still a backsack option. And I doubt that it happens, but Godwin would be a really good, yeah, that's perfect. So we get Tyler Shuck like I wanted. We got Lamar in elite, and then we got another guy with some rushing upside as well. If Emmett Johnson makes it, we absolutely take him. If he doesn't, I think I'm going to take, I don't know. I'll probably just take the top of my ADP, honestly. I'm sure Sweetleaf. Sweetleaf might not take Emmett. He's already got five running backs. Five. That's an awesome RB room though. Bijan, ETN, Warren, Pollard, and Algier. And if ETN stays on the other side of the board, that's going to be a very unique pairing. If he signs with KC, I wonder if it stays a unique pairing or not. But yeah. What was the score of today's game? Was it close? Like I haven't even looked. I don't know. I'm assuming since you're saying that I need to give him crap that USA won. I assume. Sweetleaf takes Darnold. I think Darnold's a really solid backstack wide receiver or quarterback. 2-1 and over. Oh, that's a hell of a game. That's a really good game. So it's hard to give too much crap whenever it's that good of a game. Do we get our boy? Do we get our boy? We get our boy. We get Emmett Johnson. So the team right now, 2-4-4-1. Lamar Jackson, Tyler Shuck, Gibbs, Jajarian Price, Rico, Emmett Johnson. Running back, by the way, Boogie. It's running back 4 or 3 that's going to be Najee Harris. Wide receiver, Olave, Adams, Evans, Alec Pierce, and tight end, Brock Bowers. What's up, y'all? Mints are not candy, says Alex. Like I said, the people who say no to this are the ones who are upset. The ones who say yes are like, yeah, I think they're candy. The people who are no, in every situation, the ones who disagree are the ones who are most upset about the situation. So I'm glad I could bring this question to all of you, and I'm glad that the chat, that YouTube can help me settle this this at work. Yeah, team that's not candy has very strong feelings. Exactly. That's probably a better way to put it. I'm so angry I just smashed that like button. We got 46 watching. That's pretty awesome. I was planning on just doing 2 drafts today, but if we get to 45 likes by the end of the second draft, I will do a third. Whenever we get to round 16, I'm going to put a poll up. It'll be a little board or a DraftKings $10 or a DraftKings $1 contest, which we will do next. I am up for whatever. And if you're new to the channel, for now, I review everybody's team. The first draft they're in with me, every stream, I will review their team. And then the second draft, I don't unless they specifically ask me to. Man, I would love to get Debo back. I do feel almost thin here, but like if I get one of these 2 tight ends, like we're just done at tight end, right? So either way works. Like we're gonna be deep. This is gonna be a 2-7-9 2, I think. Slim Slug the Plug gives me Debo Samuel. That feels really good on this team. Like that's like the perfect pick. There's a pick that I obviously would like to come back to me. It would make this team feel elite. I am the KY. If the cinnamon Altoid is candy, the mint one is too. Someone put this guy in charge. He gets it. The people who said yes should be jailed or at least government list. Well, I apparently made Mike Rob's list today. Do I just... You know what? I don't get a whole lot of Jordan Mason. And with the two rookies, I think Jordan Mason fits this running back room really well. Like, and this is what I mean by hero. I don't mean like you just push it forever. Like, this running back room feels good, doesn't it? Jahmyr Gibbs, Jadarian Price, Rico, and like you could sub Jadarian Price out for who was it that I took him over? Tony Pollard, right? Like, you could sub that out if you don't like the rookie. Like, so Gibbs, Pollard, Dowdle, Emmett Johnson, Jordan Mason, like, or Gibbs, Price, Dowdle, Johnson, Mason. That feels really good. And this wide receiver room feels like it has upside as well. And you still have double elite on top of that. But yeah, I think taking the hero and then kind of skipping what could be the dead zone, like, there's a solid chance that rounds 5, 6 at running back, 5, 6, and 7 are dead zone at running back this year. Ask Shawley, mints are herbs. Mints are herbs, but you don't actually eat the plant. You're eating the candied version of the plant, right? Like the candied taste of the plant. Like, if mints were just a bag of leaves that you were eating, then yes, they would not be candy. But Zach Charbonnet is still a pick that I just cannot make, especially after the new news. I can't do it, and I'm having a really hard time with George Kittle as well. I finally added Kittle back to my rankings though. I had him removed. I'm doing awesome. How are we doing, Advinson? We're doing very well. We're going to do another draft. After my pick here, I'm going to change the poll. It looks like mints are not candy loses. Unless some of you upset folks want to log into your alt account and vote down. Vote it down. We're closing the poll after my next pick. So Kelsey here makes some sense. It's also divisional correlation with the Bowers pick. Although you probably don't want double, like, tight ends against each other. That generally doesn't work. If I want Omar Cooper on this team, I do need to take him next. He's been flying up boards, rightfully so. Like, I have him at 140 something, but I understand. Like, this may be too high. Like, it's getting to the point that his price, like, I do like him well above the rest of these guys, but to put him above some of the players that I did, like Jalen McMillan, I'm still going to take Jalen McMillan and Jerry Jeudy and Josh Downs over him, and Pat Bryant. But I do have him ranked above them. I just don't want zero of those players. I like all three of those players quite a bit. The Travis Hunter bet, I think, is a fine bet. Because if an injury happens on Jacksonville to any three of the wide receivers, or one of them gets moved, Travis Hunter is going to move way up the board, and he's going to be used as a wide receiver more often. I know their goal right now is for him to play DB. But I do think that if another team, like, let's say the Bills offer the 26th overall pick for Brian Thomas Jr., are they going to say no to that? And if they took that, are they going to still keep Travis Hunter at corner predominantly? Like, no. If a team trades for Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter is going to move back to the other side of the ball more often. I think the current plan is correct, but I think that wide receivers get hurt all the time, and when that happened, like Travis Hunter was very good in that last game. He really started to excel at that point. So I don't want to make a stand on Travis Hunter, but I think that he's still a solid pick. So what do we want here? Like, I feel really good about this. I'm going to stop at these two quarterbacks. I've only clicked Hunter once, and it was 2080p's past when you had Lawrence. I do think that I want to make sure most of my Hunter is stacked. He does feel a lot more clickable whenever you have him as well. They drafted him to do both, but this price is probably appropriate for now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like the price right now is fine. And I agree with Peppertoni. Jacoby is not it. Jacoby is fine, but he's not good, right? Like, there's a big difference between good and fine. This is the kind of team I think I would like Tank Dell on. And he's fallen in ADP a little bit. So that feels pretty good. Give up the ADP. Like, we're basically just swapping those two. Yeah, like, this is right. Like, he's really good. Like, he's a good player. What do you think of Etienne? I think people follow each other on Twitter all the time. I knew OTS would have a take here. And as I've been saying, I forgot to put the thing up. We got to remove the poll. 60 to 40% mints are candies, according to the chat off the side. The one thing I said is that I guarantee the people who are anti-mints being candy are much more upset either way. Like, if it was no, they're not, they would not be upset. But the people who say they aren't are going to be upset. Yeah, they really are. Next draft, a little board or a DK $10 or a DK $1. All right. I demand a recount. This kind of feels like a good spot for Tank Bigsby here. We're gonna go ahead and take Tank as our 6th running back. Like, I'm fine. Like, I might be done at running back. Actually, I'll still go 9 receivers, and I don't know. I feel really good at every position. Like, I feel like this team is basically complete. So I could just take any position at this point almost. I can eat a bag of skinny. Hold on a second. Let me find it, sir. This guy right here. This. Go ahead, beef it out. Beef it out with B Grandy there, off the Schneid. It's pretty funny that you came in and you see that. I'll let you two hash it out in the chat. You're welcome. Patrick Bateman in the chat. That's such a good movie. That's such a great movie. That's actually whenever I started. Like, Christian Bale was one of my favorite actors, and that movie is one of the reasons why. You just showed the comment of an outright psychopath. Just imagine if I didn't show the comment of an outright psychopath. I think that would be much scarier than showing the comment. Yeah, it's my favorite. The cat scene is my favorite. Like, not to give any spoilers if you haven't watched American Psycho, the cat scene is my favorite. If you've seen the movie, you know. Uh, but which is probably makes me one of those as well. So I probably just take, I don't know, like I definitely want another wide receiver. And I think I can support a rookie. So we're going to bring up Jeremy Bernard. Like I like Brazil. I like Brazil for best. I like Jeremy Bernard way more for an NFL player. I like Brazil a little bit more for best ball. Bernard, I think, requires to get the right system to perform well. But when he does, it's an absolute smash. If he doesn't get a really good system for him, like if they're not willing to give him some of the Debo stuff, like not, and it doesn't even have to be like he's a way better actual receiver than like Debo has always been a touch guy, right? But like Bernard is a better route runner and stuff than Debo was. Not that Debo's bad, but like all of his stuff is like after the catch and all this. But Bernard can run like almost the full route tree. They just didn't throw to him all the time. But if they use the full complement of what Bernard can do, he can be one of the best picks in best ball. But he's also, in my opinion, he's also a thin bet. Thin, like mints, which are candies, according to the chat. Let's see Paul Allen's best ball team. Who's Paul Allen, by the way? If you're just joining, if you can smash a like, that would be awesome. At 45, we're going to do a third draft. This is just the first one. So we could just take Brazil too, right? Or Vele. Let's just double stack it. Let's just get the double stack there at the end. Oh yeah, Paul Allen. Yeah, what was the musician he was listening to in the Paul Allen scene? Because there's a musician that he always referenced. I can't remember. Like for some reason, it's Huey Lewis in the News. Yeah, it's Huey Lewis in the News. Yeah, that scene. All right, but yeah, if you're new and you enjoy the content, please smash the sub. At 500 subs, I'm going to do a 12-hour live stream post NFL draft. And if we get to 1,000, I'm going to do a solo 24-hour stream. That's before the NFL season. So I don't think the second one's going to happen, but it could. And the goal's out there. So it's all up to you guys. Yeah, so am I comfortable with these running backs? Gibbs, Price, Dowdle, Johnson, Mason, Bigsby. I am, but I also think that like Bowers Kelsey feels great. Lamar Shuck feels great. I think I just add another running back. And we could go like, yeah, and I think we're the same age. Maybe I'm a year older. I can't remember. Yeah, it'll be a solo. Well, I think mints are candy, so we've already confirmed that I'm a psychopath. So there you go. There you go. It all comes full circle off the shine. It all comes full circle, man. It's all getting there. It's okay. The third draft, if we get to 45 likes, and we're at 36 now, I feel pretty good that we'll get another 9 likes by the end of another draft. The last draft will be guaranteed to be a DK draft. For those of you, according to the chat, it was 60% to 40% mint R candies. I wouldn't even mind an Ollie Gordon share. Do I want Ollie Gordon or we're gonna go with Big Naj here. We're gonna go with Big Naj. Since Al Boogie said that he's gonna be my running back too, we got to do it. Quarterback. So we got a 2-7-9-2 here. Lamar Jackson, Tyler Shuck. Running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jadarian Price, Rico Dowdle, Emmett Johnson, Jordan Mason, Tank Bigsby, Najee Harris. Wide receivers, Olave, Adams, Evans, Pierce, Debo, Cooper, Tank Dell, Jeremy Bernard, Devon Vele. Like, I feel like that's pretty good. Tight end, Brock Bowers and Travis Kelce. I really think that that's a possibility. I think that James Conner or Najee are pretty likely to go to Kansas City. I think this is a pretty good team. I don't know what you guys think. I feel like the Najee pick and the Vele pick were basically free picks. We'll go to Sweet Leaf's team here. 4 quarterbacks, 4-5-8-3. Dak, Darnold, Stroud, Cam Ward. Running backs, Bijan, Etienne, Jalen Warren, Pollard, Algier. I definitely stop at 5 there. I think that makes a lot of sense. Wide receivers, you got George Pickens, Jalen Waddle, Carnell Tate, Jaden Higgins, DK, Ryan Flournoy, Jalen Noel, Keenan Allen. Tight ends, Barner, Helm, Freiermuth. You have 4 stacked up quarterbacks. I don't feel like any positions are weak, even though you have, like, some people would say this is weak. It's fine. Even with 4, like, I think you could have went 3 quarterbacks and 4 tight ends, or like what you did is fine as well. Like, I think it's a really good team. And then we have game tight over here. We got a 3-5-9-3. Jackson Dart, Malik Willis, Kyler Murray. Running backs, Devon Achane, Jeremiah Love, Kenneth Walker, Cam Scattaboo. You basically stopped there and then just added a random guy at the end because we have extra rounds. That is well structured for sure. Quarterbacks were those guys. Brian Thomas, Marv, Jacoby. So you went for the doubles. You went for, obviously you're wanting Trevor Lawrence and you didn't get him, but you went ahead and went double stack anyway. Boston, Concepcion, Trey Harris, Mims, Malik Washington, Kyle Williams. This is a really good squad. Like, Trey Harris is a pick I like. Marvin Mims is, like, for sure going to give you some spike weeks. And Malik Washington is a player that is a number 2 receiver right now who goes in the next to last round. So mixing him in is something I need to do more of as well. And then tight ends, Kenyon Sadiq, Theo Johnson, and David Njoku. I like all 3 of our squads. Why'd you guys draft good teams? I want to get out of this. Like, I guess all 3 of us can get out because this is a 3 of 12. But we are going to go draft a little board. Now, if anybody else is in here and wants a review, go ahead and say something. I'll go back to this. But we're going to jump in the little board, and we're going to jump in the little board in 15 seconds.
We never leave the grind. Fury, endless, breaks, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who waits? Immortal.
We are waiting on 4. Thanks for the review. Try something different after 250 drafts. That's a lot of drafts. Yeah, I think that I think the 4 quarterback thing is fine there. You didn't. I don't know if I would have done it, but like it, every position you have definitely had enough pieces to start, right? Like you weren't worried about like getting points for flex or not having enough receivers or anything. Uh, so like I think that it works. Like and trying different builds. There's nothing wrong with trying different builds. Oh, is this Pepper Tony's first draft? Is this Pepper Tony's first solo draft? We got Pepper Tony at the 112. We got the 109. We have Gamblestein at the 6 and Anthony Cromulent at the 8. OSU Missy, I believe you're here. This is B Grandy, right? The I believe this is B Grandy. I'm trying to remember the names since they switched all of them. Rolly Doinks is one of my favorite underdog usernames for sure. Absolutely punished for having fun. Well, Achan makes it to the 112 a reasonable amount of times. So maybe you get the guy you really like all the way back there. What's more psychopathic? Drafting 250 teams in a month or eating 250 mints a day? Okay. What is I know OSU Missy watches, and by the way, we're gonna go ahead and close this poll, and we're going to for a third draft, 45 likes, third draft, DK, and then $1, $1 or $10. Which one you got? Okay. Missy, is it Yetling? Is that correct? Let me know. I've seen you in here quite a bit, or in several of my streams. I haven't seen you chat. Maybe I'm just forgetting. We're gonna take Ashton Genty, not only because I think he's the best pick, but because I have this clip. Where is it? There it is.
Yo, yo, yo. Getting Jenny with it. Getting Jenny with it.
All right. We got our boy. You're usually quiet. It is Etting. Okay. Etling. Oh, with an L. Okay. I for some reason I seen it with a with two T's. That's what was messing me up. Etling. Got it. So Pepper Tony does get punished. I know that he's not a fan of CD Lamb this year at price. I do feel like I know what he's going to do at 36, 37. I'll let it happen. I mean, I tried to get him whenever he was on my stream not too long ago. I tried to get him to pull Derrick Henry up, and he was like, no, let's not do that. But whenever I'm not there, yeah, I probably did jinx you. I thought you were saying that like you thought it was a little worse, but maybe I'm probably just forgetting. I'm probably like getting things mixed up. Let me put that background music back on for everybody. Let me know if you can hear this, by the way. And if it's too loud, if it's not loud enough or whatever. And then what's up, Errol? You're Rolly Doinks. I love that name, by the way. That's one of my favorite names on Underdog, just so you know. Also, we got 47 watching. We've almost got that many likes. That's awesome. Shout out to you guys. We have 17 rounds to do 2 more likes to get to a some DraftKings tonight. I don't stream DraftKings very often, but we're gonna do it today. It looks like. Oh, we're there. So yeah, it's locked in. As long as people don't unlike. But if you're new and you enjoy the content, please smash the like. Or smash the sub as well. And let me know about the music volume. I know some people yesterday, I had it on the whole time yesterday, and some people said they never heard it. So in my ear, it sounds reasonably loud. Okay, music comes in louder on your phone than the TV. What's up, Chris? How we doing? Also, the guy who made all my music, Jamie Pirog, if you watch some of the rookie highlight videos, he done all those too. They're more hype videos than highlight, to be fair. I understand that, but I just had fun making them. There's another song I have that I'm going to work with. It's a really cool song. It's called Rookie Anthem. If you guys want to hear it after this draft, before the DraftKings draft, we could do that as well. But we'll put that into a chat, vote as well. Volume is good. What's up, Scott? And thanks for coming in, Chris, as well. All right, so what do we have come back? I don't get to a lot of Josh Allen. I would be fine not getting him, but I do like him here. So we're going to take Josh Allen. I feel like Josh Allen being here and Jaden Daniels being further down the board and Drake May, like several rounds, like I think the 3-round discount is like too much. And the Lamar, I didn't say Lamar this time, so you couldn't blame me. The Lamar price is also really good. So like the Josh Allen price does feel wrong in comparison, but I also don't want 0. And with Jefferson, it makes sense to take him as well because we don't know the quarterback for Minnesota yet. So later down the line, we can get some Jefferson stacks, but for now, we can't do that. EV Goo here at the 11, running backs, just running backs. Yeah, we're gonna just play the hits. I like the Ladd McConkey price. I continually like the Ladd McConkey price. I'm gonna die with the ship again. That would be awesome. Remember how 2 years ago there was actually rumors that Jefferson was linked to Kansas City? Like we were like reasonably close to getting Jefferson Mahomes, which would have been a really fun thing as a Chiefs fan and probably more fun for fantasy. That was a rumor for 1 year. The next year it resurfaced to like a little bit, but not that much. Like, I don't know if I ever really believed it. Like, but it was a fun thought experiment. And that's kind of what I think this Travis Etienne stuff is. I think it's just like this guy that some people really like as a player is being linked to Patrick Mahomes because they followed each other. That it seems like a lot of wish casting. That doesn't mean it can't happen. Like, we have a need at that position for sure. So I would actually like him in Kansas City for 2 reasons. Number one, he's a solid back. He's not an elite back like some people think. He falls off every year at the end of the year, so he does need to be in a committee. Like, if we get him, I believe we definitely need him to be in a committee. But Kansas City also generally runs committee style, so it makes sense for them to like him. Then he could be fresh for the end of the year and all of that. Number 2, if we sign ETN, that means we will not draft Jeremiah Love. And I think with all the needs Kansas City has, the worst thing they can do this year is to sign or to draft Jeremiah Love. I think it'll just set their offense. Like, their offense will be awesome, but it won't be able to get. Oh man, that is an awesome fall. Look at that. You got Zay, Flowers, Lamar. That feels good. Yeah, we're just gonna take the guys. I actually, yeah, we're gonna go Rome. We're gonna go Rome here. So passed on. Yeah, exactly. I almost, like, if Ladd was gone, I was taking Zay. Like, I just think he's a good price. But that's a fantastic price if you get Lamar back. So on this, they were 43 million. I think they were 41 million under. They restructured the Mahomes contract to save 40 million to get to like 1 million of spending. If they cut Juwan Taylor, that gives them like 20 million to spend. So they have some to spend. And I hope to God we don't have Juwan Taylor on our team next year. Like, I really, really want to not. So I'm going to take Judkins, although my ranks have Swift here, for two reasons. Number one, because I don't, like, I already have Josh Allen. I don't want to take Caleb if he falls back. Number two, because I have Rome and Swift then. And number two, Judkins is just a further fall. I've never seen Judkins in the 6th round. So we're just going to go ahead and do the thing I haven't seen. I like this pick by Peppertoni there. ETN falls off because he carries the team too much. Yeah, like, and that's why I'm saying a committee would be great for him, right? Like, I think it would work with Kansas City, but I also think he would get steamed up these draft boards, and the committee aspect would be a little more, like, people would be upset about it in the middle of the season. Let's look at what Missy's done here. We got Amon-Ra, Love, Walker, Zay, Lamar, Marv. I really like this team. Like, Amon-Ra to me is the clear 107. And like, I think the top 4 are clear. I think you could argue. I think JT kind of deserves that. Like, I think these 3 are basically the same. Like, and then I have the next group being a little bigger. But yeah, I really like that team. That Lamar fall feels awesome. This guy took Drake May. I missed this. This guy takes Drake May, Justin Herbert, and lets Lamar fall. What's up, Fancy Dog Pound? How we doing? I look forward to whenever you get all that stuff lined out. Definitely gonna be doing a bigger board with Fancy Dog Pound at some point. I look forward to that stream for sure. 500. I've committed to a 12-hour live stream, so if you guys want me to suffer, there you go. You can make me suffer. All right, so I'm not a. Do I want the Tootin? I've seen Tootin fall a little bit lately. I've also been seeing Michael Wilson fall. I have like 0 shares of Michael Wilson, so we're gonna add a share of Michael Wilson here. I feel like Kyler's definitely gone. I don't necessarily know that I feel like Jacoby will be the starter, and that's good for Wilson. But if anything else happens, like, it's not as good for Wilson, and it's going to be hard for them to be behind by 20 points every game at the half again. So, we're at 50, sir, and we are tentative. By the way, go drop a sub to Bestball on Call. Go drop a sub to Fancy Dog Pound. I'm sure y'all already know Fancy Dog Pound. Bestball on Call, assuming works out with him tomorrow, He will be live with me 4 p.m. Central. We will be drafting a big board, maybe 2. I'm not sure how much time they'll have, but we'll definitely be doing something. Did some drafts with them last year. It was a lot of fun. Look forward to that for sure. I think. Do I just? We're just going to take Algier. I think Algier's mispriced. I mean, I wasn't planning on 4 drafts tonight, but I mean, I guess I could set a goal. I've never got 75 likes in a stream, so I guess we could do that. I slept for 4 hours. I got home. I got off work 5 hours early today. I came home, slept for 4 of them. I feel great. So, Advincent says, do you think Derek Carr comes out of retirement? I've taken him a handful of times in the 20th round. He said that he wants to play. I'm not positive, but I believe it'll be... I believe that the Saints still would have rights to him and it'd have to be a trade situation. But I'm not 100% sure. Let me go see if I can find that on Keep Trade Cut. Or not. Why did I say that? Over the Cap. I don't know why I said Keep Trade Cut. Derek Carr. So I don't know how it works. Okay, so he is a Saint. Yeah. And he is definitely a Saint. So they will have to trade for him. So it'll be like the Darren Waller situation last year, to where the guy was on a team, he retired, he had a contract for more years. So if he comes back, the team that signs him has to give compensation to the team who had him. And I'm sure they have to work out something else with the salary and stuff as well. I'm not a cap expert, but I do remember the talks around the Darren Waller situation. Also, let me know, do you like this as background music? Would you rather have ducks? Would you rather have the night driving? All of it works for me. I kind of prefer this. I need to get another background song. That's a good price on Patrick Mahomes, though. I like that price. So the team right now, we got a 1-3-4-0. We got Josh Allen. We got Ashton Genty, Quinshon Judkins, Algier, Jefferson McConkey, Adunze, Michael Wilson, 0 tight end. I mean, I'll take either one of these easily. Very easy. So we took Jadarian Price there. Night driving is the best one in your opinion, but it could be you. Well, this one was custom made, so the music is better than the ducks. Got it. If you like this, you'd probably like the one song too, the rookie anthem thing. I'm trying to figure out what video I want to make with that music. This was going to be my outro, but I decided it's actually just good, easy listening, and it would be good for background. The Peppertoni gets the Christian Watson fall and pairs it up with the double stack. Peppertoni knows how to build teams, and I have several Jordan Love, Jaden Reed, Christian Watson teams, and I really, really like it. I think it's awesome. I know I won't get Bo Nix back, or Emmett Johnson back, but I'll definitely take Bo if he's there. If not, I'll probably take Shakir. So we're going to go ahead and take Bo Nix here, and we're going to do another 2 quarterback team. I feel like 2 quarterback is underused right now because of the scare of all what happened last year. Now, that doesn't mean I'm like not willing to take one in the 18th, 19th, 20th round if there's somebody who makes sense that fell or whatever. Like, if I feel really good about all of my team, I could easily add like a Jacoby Brissett to this team because I have Michael Wilson on it. But I'm not required to do that with this build, you know? Not at all. Like, I have Allen, I have Bo Nix, I have plenty of capital there. Both of these quarterbacks we've seen put up 35 points in a week. I think it's a really good combination. Yo, take Carr in the 20th. I'm not sure if that's how you said it, but that's how I said it for you. I didn't put words in your mouth, but I definitely put the feeling of the words, like yeah, that's put the feeling. Like, I almost just said I about put the feeling in your mouth, and that is not at all what I meant. So that's why I stopped and kind of paused for a minute, because that's not what we're about. Not at all. The Shakir fall. Excuse me. Says Coolers. Yeah, we'll take a gigantic Shakir fall with Josh Allen. How we doing, Coolers? Welcome. Pause. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I talk a lot, and like sometimes I talk myself into a circle, and sometimes it's not even worth trying to talk yourself out of it. Whoops. Like, it happened. Now, Concepcion will be fun, but I do really like Dallas Goedert. Good, chipping away. MLB slows as I listen to this. Man, do I want to do Goddard here or Concepcion? I'm going to do Goddard. Tight end 1. He is a free agent. I don't think he'll land with Denver, but I think Denver's going to look for a new tight end this year. I don't think Evan Ingram's very long for that team. I haven't done any more dingers yet. I did a little bit of looking into baseball, though. You said that they added another eliminator. I'll probably just do some eliminators again. I feel comfortable doing some eliminators. Have some trickle-in money throughout the season, like, $5 here, $10 there, $8K or $5K at the end of it. Like just some trickle-in money for eliminator. Small numbers, just a little $5K at the end of the contest. So we are at the end of round at pick 201. I'm going to change the poll, and the poll will be for, if you guys want to hear that, the rookie anthem before we do the DraftKings draft or not, that Jamie wrote. What's up, PPR Tyler? How we doing, sir? Thank you for popping in. Thank you for smashing the like. We're liking this team. The first team I drafted, I think, was really, really good. I thought it was really strong. And question for you, PPR Tyler. I know you do a lot of food talk on your stream. We had a discussion at work today, and I let the chat decide in the vote earlier. Are mints candies? Do you think mints are candies? All I'm going to say is the people who say no are very, very sure the answer is no. Absolutely, Pat Bryant with Bo Nix every time. I'm curious on PPR Tyler's opinion on if mints are candy or not. I think they are, but it was a 60% yes to 40% no vote. So, and the people who were no were very upset that it was no. But yeah, getting the Shakir fall and then Pat Bryant, it's not really a fall, but like got him around ADP. So we have some mini stacks here. This team feels pretty solid right now. I might audible to Njoku here. I'm going to go with Theo, actually. No, I want one of these running. I could take Tajay and be done. Let's do that, actually. We're going to take Tajay Spears, and like I feel better about that. So the team right now, 2-5-6-1. We have Josh Allen. We have Bo Nix. Running backs, Ashton Jeanty, Quinshon Judkins, Tyler Algier, Jadarian Price, Tajay Spears. Wide receivers, JJ, Ladd, Rome, Michael Wilson, Shakir, Pat Bryant. Tight end, Dallas Goddard. I think I'm going to make this a 4 tight end build. I think this is going to be a 2-6-8-4. Like the one solid tight end, and then we're going to mix in 4 here at the end. Definitely feels like what I would like to do. So we've got 16 votes with 53 watching for the DK draft afterwards. It's exactly 8-8, $1 versus the $10 draft on DK. If it's dead even, we're gonna do the $10, just so you know. You know what? I think I'm a change man. Mints are candy. Glad you see the light, Alex. Glad you see the light. The guy at work that like, so what happened is like one guy, we drive, like I drive fork trucks and stuff, right? So one guy just went up to another guy. He's like, "Hey, do you have any candy on you?" And he's like, "Yeah." He pulled out a mint. And he handed it to him. He's like, "Mints aren't candy." So it became the entire discussion for the last 2 days is mints candy. And by the end of the second day, the guy who said our mints candy or mints aren't candy was like, "I think I'm wrong." So I just thought it was a funny conversation piece. I want Omar Cooper, but I need Theo Johnson. We're going to take Theo Johnson. I have absolute bags of Omar Cooper. If he comes back, he comes back. If not, I get a Katron Allen share probably. So is cereal soup? Ask. You didn't even answer my question. He's afraid. He didn't answer, and he heard the results, which means that he thinks they are candy, and he just doesn't want. He doesn't want the shade. Is cereal soup? Soup needs to be warm. I mean, is oatmeal cereal? Right? Like, some people think oatmeal is cereal. Those people, I think, are psychopaths. Oh, I must have missed that. I got top chat on, apparently. All right, so we don't get any of those. We're going to go with Bigsby, I think, again. Like, I need some more. I noticed I didn't have, like, any Bigsby, and I have a bunch of B-Rob and Wilson. So I know I've taken them both times. I'm not a bull on Bigsby. I just think he's a solid pick, and I was underweight. Mints just breathe fresh, just breath freshener to me. Yeah, that's basically what it is to me. But like when you take a mint, do you put it in your mouth and just let it dissolve, or do you bite into it like you would a candy? Most people bite into it like it's a candy. I think they're technically candy, but if someone asked for candy, I would never enthusiastically pull out a Tic Tac. You remember the? I don't know how old you guys are, but like the old Mentos commercials, where the guy kept the roll of Mentos in his back pocket and flipped it at people. The Fresh Maker, like that's like what I was thinking. A lifesaver is still a candy when it's a mint one. Yeah, exactly. Just put it in your mouth. I'm playing all the hits today, Al Boogie. I did not know this, Two Mules. I don't know how to gazpacho or gospacho. I guess. All the hits. We dove in earlier. We realized that we were lost. We might as well just stay there. Sometimes the hole you can't dig out of. You might as well just have fun while you're there. All right, so I want some rookie upside in this room, but I think I'm going to go ahead and take Mason Taylor. I think this wide receiver room is really good. And if I'm just going to stack some rookies or some year two guys on it, like I only have one rookie on this team right now. Not that I need a bunch, but I think all these wide receivers are pretty much the same. I just can't find myself taking Zachariah Branch. Yeah, Mims. I don't know what to feel about Marvin Mims this year. But if I'm going to take him, a team like this is kind of where I'm at. I think he's a fine pick on this specific team. You guys aren't heating up your cereal? Says Paul. Yeah, what are you guys not? Why aren't you doing that? All right, so the $10 wins. I said I was going to close the poll at this point. So here we go. We'll be doing a $10 draft on DraftKings afterwards. New poll after the reviews. So after reviews, do you want to hear Rookie Anthem song before draft? And if the answer is no, I'm going to play it after the DK draft. So I know this, but like some people don't consider oatmeal cereal. Like we're in a like I knew that poll question would create a bunch of random chat. I'm gonna guess most people are gonna say no to wanting to hear the music. And DK can take, like, honestly, we'll probably just join the DK draft and then play the song either way, because it's like 2.5 minutes long and the DK wait lobby is 2 minutes. Oatmeal. Yeah. So like we got the triangle of cereal, oatmeal and soup, right? Like what is what? One is the other. Which one is which and which one is the other? The mint people probably think hot dogs are sandwiches. When I make gazpacho, I even put ice cubes in it. I'm not a soup person. I'm the outlier. I don't like soup at all. I can't do the texture of soup. I just can't. I can't do it. I don't know why. I can't do it. So I'm not the guy to ask there. So we got the rookie. We're going to go with another tight end. I think this would be a fun team for an Elijah Arroyo or something. Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Like for me, it's not the taste necessarily, it's the texture of soup that I can't do. I can relate on texture foods, but I like soup. Mashed potatoes, like yeah, so like soup and mac and cheese both are texture no's for me. And like so most things like that I don't like, which is like 75% of all foods. I mean, if you can't do it, you can't do it. Believe me, you don't want to see me eat soup. I'll tell you that. All right, we got a 2-6-8-4. Josh Allen, Bo Nix, running backs: Ashton Genty, Judkins, Algier, Jadarian Price, Tajay Spears, Tank Bigsby. Wide receivers: Jefferson, McConkey, Adunze, Michael Wilson, Shakir, Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims for the double, and then Malachi Fields. Tight ends: Dallas Goedert, Theo Johnson, Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo. I think this works. I think I kind of like it. Whenever this last pick is made, I will start making the. I will start doing the reviews since it's all weird about it. So when the rookie anthem comes on, it's just a cool song is all it is. Had to split my picks so I didn't have two logs in the same draft once. That's such a quality statement. I love that. The split into logs, like that's next level. Ketchup is my favorite fruit smoothie. Pepperoni now is just trolling. He's just trying to get people riled up. If tomato is a fruit, why don't you ever see it in fruit salad? Yep. All right, so we're gonna look at Pepperoni's team first. We got a 3-6-7-4. Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, the double stack Jeremiah Love, Derrick Henry, Blake Corum, J.K. Dobbins, James Conner. I need more James Conner. Aaron Jones, Sean Tucker. Wide receiver: Lamb, Wilson, Adams, Watson, Jaden Reed for the double, Omar Cooper, Jalen Lane. Tight ends: Ferguson, Trigg, Gesicki, Mayer. I like that as a 4-stack. I like Jalen Lane as a very last pick with Jaden Daniels, and you have CD Lamb stack. Like, this is a very well done team. I like this team a lot. We got Rolly Doinks here at the 3-7-7-3. Caleb Williams, Matthew Stafford, Kyler Murray. Running backs: Saquon Barkley, Jalen Warren, Emmett Johnson, Dylan Sampson, Keaton Mitchell, Claiborne, Pacheco. Doing the hero running back thing a little bit. Like, Warren is kind of a higher pick, but a good pick to go with the rest of them being like I like the texture of that. Like, going 7 there makes a lot of sense. That's what I would have done as well. I may not have drafted Pacheco, but I would have went 7. Wide receivers: Puka Nacua, George Pickens, Luther Burden, Addison, Juwan Jennings, Jaden Higgins, Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy keeps falling in drafts, and like, he is honestly a good pick. I don't like making it, but it's a good pick. I like all of these picks. You even got Burden after 8. Like, I don't think Burden's a bad pick. I just think Rome is kind of underrated right now. Colson, Loveland, Parkinson, and Stowers. So you got the double stack. You got the Puka stack. And then you got Kyler there for just spike weeks as well. Yeah, I like this team a lot as well. We got Gamblestein. I'm not sure if Gamble is here, but we're going to review his team as he is. Actually, if Gamble makes a comment, we will review their team. I haven't seen him comment yet. 3683. Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins. Running backs, Jeremiah Love, Kenneth Walker, Menungai, Rashad White, Jonathan Brooks, Mike Washington. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra, Zay Flowers, Marvin Harrison, Matthew Golden, Deebo Samuel, Concepcion at 138. That's an awesome pick. I was so close to taking Concepcion, but Goddard, to me, I needed him for the texture of my team. That's a value. Kyle Williams and Jeremy Bernard. Love that wide receiver room. You have 3 guys that are studs. You got another guy who should give you consistent points, and then just a bunch of swings. I really like the way that that's laid out. Kyle Pitts and Njoku, Gunnar Helm, can't go wrong with those either. Cromulent here. A 4-5-8-3. Tyler Shuck, Mendoza, Shadur, Mac Jones. I'm personally, the Niners have said they don't want to trade Mac Jones. And I think unless they get 2 seconds or a first, they're not going to do it. I'm assuming you tried to push quarterback and it didn't work. It doesn't work this year. We're doing it. The rule is your first team gets reviewed. Sorry, sir. Running backs, Achane, Scadaboo, Swift. I love that Swift. Oh, you got to, okay. Chuba, Rico. I think this is fine. I don't think that's bad at all. Neighbors, if he's healthy, like by week 3 or so, I think he's valued pretty close. Egbuka, Tyson, Downs, Trey Tucker, Tank Dell, Bond, and Bateman, and then Kraft, Juwan, and Henry. Yeah, you didn't really get stacks. You did get the late Isaiah Bond stack, which makes sense. But you got screwed at quarterback. But at least you went there with since you went 4, so gives you more outs as well. And Tyler Shuck has underrated rushing upside. But all right, we are ready to join the DK draft. I can actually do DK draft. I can sign up. Let me check the mission of the day real quick. It's probably a PGA thing. Hockey, huh? Nope, no hockey. No hockey for you. We will do the rookie anthem, but I'm gonna do the countdown and then join the draft, and then I'm gonna play it because I forgot that the countdown, like once you get into a DK draft, it's 2 full minutes. So we got to kill time anyway. But anyway, we're going to join a DK draft. We're going to do the $10 version, and we're going to do it in 15 seconds.
We never leave the grind. Fury, endless, relentless, fantasy, reigns, who wins, immortal.
I forgot it. Tried to make me do crowns. It looks like I got in anyway. We're going to go ahead and play that song right now. We got the 102, but here's the song. We got the yes on it. So let me know if this is too loud or not.
From the draft board to the war zone, fresh meat stepped in, not a league on notice. They handed them the keys, they prove it. One snap, one flash, rookie explosive. Cameras rolling, doubters folding. Highlight season, story unfolding. This ain't hype, it's history loading. Rookies taking over, feel that? Rookie anthem, turn it up. Yeah. Fresh out the draft, helmet shining under lights. Rookie stepped in, turn the game to his fight. Speed like a demon, cut sharp like a blade. Defenders reaching, but they already too late. First snap, first hit, feel the crowd ignite. From college legend to NFL spotlight. They said, wait your turn. I said, watch me take mine. One hand grab in the end zone. That's my design. Yeah, they doubt it. Now they quiet. Cameras flashing. Futures violent. Gritter and king in the making. No denying. Rookie season, we coming for the crown. Breaking ankles, putting numbers up now. From the sideline to the headlines, hear the sound. Next up, next gen, we shutting it down. Rookies run it up, yeah, we run it up. Highlight reel forever, can't turn it up. First round fire, burning through the league. Ultimate rookie anthem, feel the energy. Spin, move, juke, left, gone in a flash. QB vision, laser, threaded through the hash. Pick six, Degens, ball hawk in the back. Interception celebration, now they know the facts. All I'm moving mountains, pocket clean as ice. Rushing yard stacking, triple digit nights. They call it rookie walk, I call it rookie run. Breaking records weekly, this just the intro song. Yeah, they sleeping, now they woke. Highlight package, pure smoke. Future Hall of Fame, that's the quote. Rookie season, we coming for the crown. Breaking ankles, putting numbers up now. From the sidelines to the headlines, hear the sound. Next up, next gen, we shutting it down. Rookie run it up, yeah, we run it up. Highlight reel forever, can't turn it up. First round fire, burning through the league. Ultimate rookie anthem, feel the energy. Yeah, rookie. Let's go! Slow it down, then drop the bass heavy. One more play, make them remember my name. From day one to the ring, chase me legendary. Rookies taking over, it's our time, no delay, yeah. Rookie season, we own the crown. Own it! Breaking records, never backing down. Never! Highlight gods echo through the town. Next generation kings, we run this now. Rookies run it up, yeah, we run it up. Run it up! Forever action film, can't interrupt. First year legends, hear the stadium roar. Ultimate rookie 8, no forevermore. Yeah, touchdown!
All right, there we go. So, let me know what you thought of that. I think it's a pretty cool song. But we're in this draft. That was a Jamie creation, yeah. We got the 102. We got the KY at the 4. We have Sweet Leaf at the 8. We have Louisiana Lightning here at the 11. If you're in here and I didn't shout you out, go ahead and say something. I just don't know everybody's names. I've seen Lier YT a few times. But I have to, sorry, I have ADHD. I have to mute all notifications at all times. Oh, that's Al Boogie just linked that Pickens may, if he gets tagged, he may skip all off-season programs. That's fantastic news and sounds just like something George Pickens would do. Yeah, I thought that the song was pretty good. Some people obviously don't like it's music. Not everybody likes everything. So, worst click on the board is Pickens. I have some, but that's because I've had a bunch of picks at the front of the board. Like, I'm overweight, but that's because I'm just overweight every player that goes on that side of the board, basically, in the first 4 rounds or 5 rounds. So, Yeah, I have like 8.5%, but like I'm like 15% Nico, uh, like 12.5% Olave. Like I've thought Olave is a better pick than Pickens this whole time. Um, I know that like I know Steve from Fanspeak disagrees. He thinks that he should be a mid second, not an early third. Um, I don't know. Hey, what's up, Gamble? Uh, you we're in the next round. I don't. Maybe you're not live. If you're saying that because you wanted a review, uh, you're way behind. So let me know if you were behind. I'll go back and review your team if you really want. Yeah, I'll take another Gibbs Bowers team. I don't mind it. The last one turned out really well. So maybe we just run it back and have one on DK and one on underdog. I think like I definitely want Gibbs Bowers when I can get it, or Bijan Bowers when I can get it. I would really, really like to get Chase Brown here. I kind of think he's the clear pick at this point. Um, and like this is where Pickens kind of makes sense. Um, yeah, it's like, do you pull Rice up with all the news? Do you take one of these running backs? Do you pull up somebody down here? Like, what do you do? Right? I I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do something different. We're gonna take Bucky and go double elite running back here. And we're just gonna push RB2 or RB3 probably for a while. Unless like if Scadaboo falls, we're gonna take Scadaboo. But we're definitely gonna go late quarterback most likely here. Um Dang, still live. Yeah, we just played your rookie anthem song too. Hope you don't mind. I think it's great. And I'm gonna guess that some people that said that voted no, that they don't like it, is because they didn't even want to hear it in the first place. So, but maybe it's like I don't know. I listen to it all the time. I like it. Let's take a CD and tough split as far as Dr. Phil. We may have to take a second. I like where do you stand on CD and like just their offense in general? Uh like I'm having like it's such a powerful offense. And like I have no problem at all taking Chase and Higgins. And Lamb and Pickens probably project for about the same amount. And combined, their draft capital is about the same. But I have a much harder time taking both of the Cowboys pieces than I do both of the Bengals pieces. And I think the reason why is because like we haven't seen like the full season of Burrow, Higgins, and Chase healthy except for one season. That one season, you absolutely needed them, right? So yeah, I'm curious. Like very curious on that stuff as well. Like I don't know why I can't get there on Lamb. Like I'm really trying to figure it out. And I honestly think it's just because of how scarce the running backs are coming back in the third round and in the fifth round for the people at the back end of the draft. Yeah, that's awesome. I've never hit 75. I'm not planning on doing a fourth draft. I did say that if we hit my record at 75, I will do one. I'm guessing now that we're over on DK, it's going to be less. We're at 433 subs though. We've got a few more tonight. That feels good. Like we just need at that rate. We have 2 months to get to 500, and then we'll do post draft. We will do a 12-hour live stream. I mean, I take JJ over CD right now, assuming that they got a quarterback already. Pulling up Lamb might be the worst. Can still get running backs if you. Well, the thing is when you like, how do I put it? Like, I'm usually taking Lamb if he's in the. Oh, you're talking about this, yeah. Yeah, that doesn't feel great. But like, if you're taking them over here, like I much prefer Amon-Ra and Jefferson if I'm going to only go one. And if I go two wide receivers, like if you go two wide receivers back here, it's just you're at the mercy of the room. And I've only done that once to where I actually got a running back that I liked. And then like the last draft, I had a choice between Judkins and Swift in the 6th round. Like, if I could have that with Jefferson Lamb, I would do Jefferson Lamb pretty often. But I don't get that, like that's rare. Like so it feels like one of those picks has to be a wide receiver, has to be a running back. And if I just prefer Jefferson, like, and that Devontae Adams there is a very easy click for me. He took ETN 25. I seen that. I don't really think that that's a good pull-up. But if he goes to Kansas City, like for two reasons. Number one, if he stays with Jacksonville, he's worth the price that he's currently going at. If he goes to Kansas City, maybe he gets pulled up there all the time. And if he doesn't go to Kansas City or Jacksonville, he most likely falls to the 4-5 turn. And which will make your pairing will be unique because you only have one of the 2-3 turn players, right? So you'd have 3 of the 4-5 turn players at that point. But I just don't love it because of those reasons. Yeah, we'll take Igbuka here. A little double stack. So we got Jahmyr Gibbs, Brock Bowers, Bucky Irving, Devontae Adams, and Igbuka. We're gonna just take Baker at 98 and call it good. We're just gonna force it. Like, this is DK. It's the Wild West. You have to get your guys. Why do some of these people have first name and some of these just have first initial? What are you talking about? Staying in Jacksonville is the worst. They want to play Tootin. I think, well, I don't know that that's true. Like, it's half true. So the reports coming out last year about the GM wanting to play Tootin, like the whole draft being around Tootin was true. But it's pretty obvious, and like you could, if you really read into things, the coaching staff, Cohen wasn't he wasn't definitely in on it. And like that played out throughout the season to where that wasn't necessarily who Cohen wanted. I heard, like, I'm pretty sure they were going to take RJ Harvey if the Broncos didn't. And when Harvey went, that's when they went to Tootin. I think that was kind of the plan. Like reading deeply into some things through Coach Speak and some other things. I found that somewhere. I can't remember where. And it kind of makes sense that that's what happened. And Cohen is the one that decides who plays and who doesn't. Now, Tootin was pretty good around the goal line, and they did get him touches there, and they do want to play him more. I do agree with that. But I honestly think the best thing for ETN is a split. Like, he always fades down the back half of the season. He's always awesome at the beginning of the season. Maybe if he could just get a shared workload, he would be way better. So maybe the best thing for him is to stay in Jacksonville in a high-powered offense that he already knows, already doesn't have to relearn, with 2 other backs, a pass down specialist, and another guy to come in to like give him some breathers so he can stay fresh the whole season. That's kind of what I think. But I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know what you think about that. Like, obviously, you currently think that it's the worst place because they want to play him. It is the worst. I think ETN's price is just bad. I just think it's really, really bad. Like at the current time, like I've taken a single share of Travis Etienne this whole time. I'm about 100 drafts in. I've taken 1 share. I don't like the price because I don't see a situation other than if he went to Kansas City or staying in Jacksonville that the current price is even worth it. Like maybe Washington, but I don't see many spots that the price is worth it. Jamie's team is crushing here in the 2 spot. And KY says, I think if your full name is 10 characters or less, 11 including the space. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Did Drake May go yet? Drake May didn't go yet. So, I mean, I said I wasn't going to take an elite quarterback, but if Drake May falls to me, we're taking Drake May. Absolutely. This ETN price feels like the Rachaad White price from 2 years ago. And I got on the Rachaad White price 2 years ago. And honestly, if you look at Rachaad White's production, it kind of paid off. But that was also the 5-6 turn, by the way. It wasn't the 3-4 turn. It was the 5-6 turn. And what made that pick bad wasn't him. Like, he performed around that ADP. The problem was that Brian Thomas Jr. and Ladd McConkey went in that same area. That was the problem. It wasn't that him specifically was a bad pick. It was that the picks around him absolutely smashed and were some of the best picks on the board. Like, if you go back and you look at it, he had a bunch of like 17, 18 point weeks, very, very usable weeks throughout that season. I mean, I can bring it up. And maybe I'm misremembering this. There it is. Need to close some windows so it stops lagging. All right. I definitely need another wide receiver, though. I'm pretty sure that Evans is gone. But if he isn't, we just have the mega stack. And if he is, we're like, and Evans could be a guy that ends up in New England. I don't think New England's where he's going to end up, but it is a possibility. So Rachaad White 2 years ago. This is full 2023 season. Full PPR, 21 points, 15, 17, 27, 17, 17, 19, 21, 21, 19. Like, that's a solid season, right? That's a very solid season. It's just he didn't have the big spikes, and Ladd and BTJ were just awesome picks. And I think that season right there is basically what you're hoping for ETN right now. And that price is a full 2 rounds ahead of that. So that's why I'm out. Like, that's why I'm pretty out on the ETN thing. And like, maybe I'm trying to say that that White price was fine because I had a bunch of them, but like, that wasn't a pick that killed you, right? Like, that's a usable player in most of those weeks. And I know full PPR and half point, like, you take 3 points off every game or whatever. Like, so that's a bunch of 14-point weeks. But 14 points is fine. Like, it's not going to win you a week, but it's going to keep you alive. And And like I know spikes absolutely matter way more for sure. And to real fantasy football talk here's point, like they do want to play Tootin, and they were using him around the goal line, which is going to make ETN just a worse click overall. On top of that, like if he stays there, because he won't be able to pay off that price at all. Like in my eyes, ETN should be going where DeAndre Swift goes. I don't see a difference between DeAndre Swift and ETN, like just from a pure projection standpoint right now. Like to what I project those offenses to do and all that stuff. That's where I'm at. And I think both of them have questions. I know some people are worried that Swift is going to get cut because it could save $7 million. But where are you going to get a player with Swift's caliber at $7 million? I hope they do, and I hope Swift goes to Kansas City. That's what I want. I wanted us to draft DeAndre Swift years ago over CEH. So if we could finally get DeAndre Swift there, that would be fantastic. If Chicago wants to cut him, great. Good for you. Sounds great. Come on over to Kansas City. Although I don't think, like I've been pretty adamant, I don't think Kansas City's like any elite landing spot for a running back either. So this team is pretty reliant on getting Baker Mayfield. So we're going to take him at not this pick, but the one after. I'm probably going to take another wide receiver, assuming there's one I like. I mean, Diggs is here. Like, I think we just do the stack thing, right? Or do we take the fall on Quentin Johnston? I haven't taken very much Diggs, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take Diggs here. And then we'll take Baker and have the double with Bucky and Egbuka with Baker Mayfield. And then we have the Drake May, Steph Diggs stack here, and Gibbs, Bowers, and Devontae Adams as solo plays. Assuming that BD Nowak 48 here doesn't take Baker, which I don't see a reason why they would. And they're drafting like a sane person. So hopefully they're not just stream sniping. And Drake May, yeah, so we get the thing. So through 9, I think it's 9 rounds, right? Yeah, through 9 rounds. Drake May, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Devontae Adams, Egbuka, Mike Evans, Bowers, Steph Diggs, and Baker Mayfield. I think this feels good. The Drake May fall to 71 feels awesome, especially on DK. These two quarterbacks to me are enough to stop at 2 if I need to. If I can get Mendoza back at 143, it never happens for me. I will take it, but I'm absolutely taking I'm probably taking an RB at 122, and I'm probably taking a wide receiver at 119, or maybe vice versa. I didn't have much ETN with the news he could go safety. Yeah, no, like I think having 0 like I do is probably wrong. Like, because all in all, if a player spikes in the finals, that's the player you needed. And it, like, getting there is part of the battle. And like, he's not going to have I think he's going to have a similar season. Like, if he stays with Jacksonville, or even if he goes to Kansas City, I think he's just going to have a similar season to that Rachaad White season that I posted. Kansas City is very high pass rate over expected. Like, they're one of the highest every year. We also continually use a committee. I don't think that if we signed ETN that we would use him as a bell cow. I would actually I would like it for the Chiefs to sign ETN. Like, I would love that as a KC fan, but that's more because that means we're like definitely not taking Jeremiah Love. And like I just think Love, I think we need offensive line or wide receiver in the first round, and I think we need the other one in the second round, because I think it's pretty obvious at this point Rashid Rice is not going to be re-signed. Two Mules ask what movie did I end up watching? I had none. I ended up watching some show that's like pretty mid. I watched like 5 episodes of. It's called Haunted Hotel or something. The guy who did, I think it was made by the guys who did Rick and Morty, maybe, or one of the people that did Rick and Morty. I'm pretty sure that the mom of Rick and Morty is the voice actor of the mom of this show. The show's okay. It's mildly interesting, but it's not something I'm going to recommend to go watch. I will say that. What's up, Hartman? How we doing? We're 62. We're close to close to the all-time record here. I personally have Jaden Reed ranked above Jalen Coker, but I do like Coker. And I think that if he gets here, I take him. And if he doesn't, I'm going to take Jaden Reed again. Yeah. I don't know. Let's just double up on running back. We're going to take David Montgomery here. I don't get a lot of David Montgomery. I know you say that's it. We're going to play this as like Montgomery ends up getting cut and going to a better team. And let's say Gibbs misses 4 weeks and I just get the RB1 for 4 weeks at 119. And the Lions score 30 points a game again. Like, it's a fine pick. I'm going. Did he take Jaden Reed? He did take Jaden Reed. Well, we all know what I'm doing now. Jaden Reed gone. I just pull up Emmett Johnson. Like, that feels fine to me. I think it's like 50-50 if David Montgomery stays there. Oh, nice. I will. I might look that up later. I have YouTube Premium, so I don't have to worry about ads. I don't ever think about looking for movies on YouTube, though. I just don't think about it. I probably should. Thanks for the shout out. I might get time to watch a movie tomorrow morning. I'm not sure. I might do it after this stream. I'm not sure. Depending on who's live and all that. And by the way, if you're new here and you enjoy the content, please drop a sub and also hit the like. I'm going to start streaming every Sunday night at 6:30 p.m., the time I started tonight. And I'm also going to stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 4 p.m. These are all Central times, by the way. And also at Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do a stat breakdown show with Steve from Fanspeak Network. We haven't ironed out. I need to message him tonight or tomorrow morning and iron out for sure that what we're going to do. I think we're going to do running back workloads and the effects, basically. Basically trying to talk myself into why Kyron is a good pick or a bad pick. Because, I act like he's a bad pick, but I think he's actually an okay pick. I think a lot of I looked at a little bit of this, and some of the workload splits of the guys at the top are pretty similar. Like in the first round, pretty similar to that of Kyron. And you just want running backs for elite offenses. And break that down into massive detail, basically. A lot of these running back rooms, like the Lions, where 2 of them go in the top 120, like the Bears, like the Rams, who else? The Jaguars, technically, the Patriots, like break down some of these running back rooms that multiple backs are going fairly early. And then compare that to like a spot like James Cook, who does split as well, and see what the differences are and stuff like that. So we definitely need to get a wide receiver here. I mean, if Mendoza falls, we take Mendoza. We already staked that that's going to be a thing. Mendoza does not fall. Of course, I think that was a good pick by them, though. Dobbs would be a fantastic pick for me. Jonah Coleman continually falling now. I think it's kind of warranted. Do we just take Jalen McMillan too? I mean, I think I'd just take these guys. We take the Hunter Henry if he comes back around with Bowers. And we could stop at 2 tight ends if we want. Yeah, we've got a bunch of likes. This is the second most likes I've got at 63. At 75, I'm doing another draft. Doesn't look likely, but I'm super happy, super pumped about this. Also got 3 subs tonight. Hopefully they don't leave. I had one day where I got 6 or 7 subs, and all 6 or 7 left. So it's almost like the I mean, I'm just going to take Jonah Coleman at this price. I don't love the Coleman as but he's at 146 here. I think that's a fine price. I think that's kind of where he should go, but that's not where his ADP is. So we're going to go ahead and take him there for sure. Now, that gives us Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Montgomery, and then 2 rookies, Emmett Johnson and Jonah Coleman. So I probably actually need a 6th running back as well. And that 6th running back will probably be like a Rachaad White, as was mentioned earlier, is probably the perfect pick here. Since I have 2 backs from Detroit, if Montgomery doesn't get moved, I will definitely need another early season guy. I don't think it's too much capital at running back. And maybe I just wait a little later and go with Emmanuel Wilson or something. But yeah, this is a pretty good team here. Adams falling to 47 is interesting to me. I do know Diggs could end up being a faller, and he could just end up being a bad pick. I am fully aware that Diggs could be a bad pick. Whoops. Oops. All right. This is what drafting on DraftKings on stream is like, or just on the desktop. I always click the wrong button here and there and put everything all crazy. I'm wondering where Omar's at 190 now. I can cool my Jets on Omar. I've got 67% Emmett and 67% Omar on DraftKings right now. So I could cool my Jets on both of them. I don't really feel like I need to at the current price. DK is so bad. Are you talking about the Jonah Coleman fall? And it's random who falls, right? The room just decides a lot of time that they just want some, Drake May 71. We see that on Underdog a little bit. Oh yeah, just the website. Yeah. It hasn't been updated since Nom. Uh, like it's wild. It's just absolutely wild. But yeah, we definitely want to look at a tight end. I definitely want one of these two. If I don't get one of these two, I'm gonna go with 3 tight ends. Did Dobbins go at 161? Yeah, Dobbins at 161 is insane. I take him at 140 happily a lot of the time. But Coleman was there at 146, right? Like I'll take. This is the kind of team I wouldn't mind having a Jerry Jeudy on. If TK is Nom, what does that make MFL? World War One. Yeah, those are 2 big falls. So, do I want Barner or do I want Likely? Let's go with Likely. I draft Barner a little more often than Likely. We're going to go with Likely. I probably add a 3rd tight end anyway, but I do like that pick. Definitely, I don't take a lot of Jeudy, but I think it's fine here. I think with my wide receiver room, I don't mind it. He does go. I mean, in my heart of heart, it's Omar Cooper here, but we're gonna force a different player. We'll go with Chimere DK. I like DK quite a bit. Year 2 breakout candidate. Spike week guy. I do think that they add to that wide receiver room for sure this year. So I don't know, but I do think that the offense takes a step up as well. Something I can't say about Cleveland. It's just that he's currently wide receiver 1. I'm pretty sure Cleveland adds. I think they wait till round 2 to add a wide receiver though. So like Jeudy might be safe for this year. And if they draft a round 1 wide receiver, I'm pretty worried on Jeudy. If they wait till round 2 or 3, like the Jeudy pick is going to feel really good. Really, really good. What does Sweetleaf have going on here? CMC, Barkley, Allen, ETN. Like right here, I think ETN's a fine pick. I really do. I'm not making it over Devonta Smith, Flowers, Adams ever. But like, I understand it there. Burrow. Naked Burrow, huh? Brian Thomas. All right, so on DK, the naked quarterback stuff, I still don't love it, but you do get the 3 points for passing for 300 yards, which does make the elite quarterbacks, the non-rushing elites, a little better. Brian Thomas, Ricky Pearsall, Alec Pierce, Dalton Kincaid, Addison Concepcion, Debo, and then Mason Dobbins. Like, that's an insane running back room for doing what you did. And then Josh Allen, Burrow. Yeah, I really, really like Sweetleaf's team here. Oh, you auto. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, that feels like I don't love that. But last 2 rounds, Gesicki plus Andre Yoshibas isn't the worst. Yoshibas had like 48 snaps out of the would have never guessed you were a Bong guy, Mr. Leaf. But yeah, we Yoshibas oddly got way more snaps in the slot than Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. Like, I thought they used to move T in to the slot all the time. Or not Jamar Chase into the slot all the time. But it looked like when all three of them were on the field, when the show Steve and I done, that it was actually Yoshi that got all of that. And currently they don't have anybody else. So like Yoshi is never drafted, and I think decent leverage for Burrow teams. Like for like a playoff spike week or whatever. Now a spike week for Yoshi isn't that the other guys are, and it is less likely, but I think that it's fine. Like especially if something happens like that and you auto pick, like you can salvage it a little bit, and then take a rookie wide receiver or something later down the board, like a Lemon or not a Lemon, a Malachi Fields or something like that. Like to be honest, a lot of these like Casey Concepcion types, like even Jeremy Bernard, like one of them in the second round, I could see Cincinnati adding a receiver in the second round, like a slot kind of receiver. Skylar Bell would be the perfect fit for them. Like Skylar Bell can play outside receiver, absolutely, but he will be the best if he plays in the slot. Skylar Bell's not talked about a lot. He might be a third round pick, probably a fourth round pick. But he fits perfectly with what they want. I think that Skylar Bell would be a fantastic fit for their offense. And they don't have to spend a lot of capital to get it. So like I think that would be really good for him. We're going to go with B-Rob if he makes it to us, I think. And if he doesn't, we're going to do another Bigsby's team. How many running backs? So they need both as well. So we'll go B-Rob. And if Surratt makes it back around, we'll take Surratt. If he doesn't, I'm fine with a lot of these names. My wide receiver room right now, Adams, Egbuka, Evans, Diggs, Dobbs, DK. I think a Trey Tucker makes some sense here. Get a little team correlation with Bowers. So we got a 2-6-7-2 right now. We're probably going 3 tight ends. Probably stopping at those 6 running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Montgomery, Emmett Johnson, Jonah Coleman, Brian Robinson. Yeah, definitely going to go with another 2 wide receivers and 1 tight end, I think. Like, this is the area I think Charbonnet's draftable. I just don't think he fit my team specifically. If Montgomery isn't moved. So I just kind of said that. Like I'm basically out. Like he's off of my board because his ADP is 150-ish. I do think at 190 something, like, you know how like last week I was talking about at the end of the drafts, like with the extra 2 rounds, you kind of have some free picks. There's a solid, like if he's ready by playoff weeks, they're going to put him in and let him get the goal line stuff. Like they're just going to run him back the way they ran him last year, probably. And if Walker's not there, like if they don't franchise him and don't sign him to a long-term deal, like they're obviously optimistic on Sharp's returning at some point if that happens, or they're planning on drafting somebody or signing somebody. So like if they don't bring Walker back, like you kind of have to feel like the team feels like Sharp will be back early, but like how would they know at this point, you know? So I'm pretty out on Sharps. Like I'm very, very out on Sharps, but I do think that like what this guy done, who is it? Like, I'm not going to say that I like the CD Lamb here, but like Brees Hall, Walker, Travion, and then they waited and they get White, Tucker, Devin Neal. Like, that's good enough. Adding Sharps to that room, and like, if I would have added Sharps here, like, and went 2-7-8-2 or 2-7-8-3, I think that would have been fine. Because I'm just looking to get some points for the playoff weeks. And I didn't spend any capital to do it, right? And the later it gets, the less you require from that player for the season. But there's no saying that when he comes back, he's going to be healthy either. So I don't love the pick either way. Like, I really, really don't love the pick. I would love to get a share of Eli Stowers. Every time I'm in a situation that I feel like I want to draft him, he goes before ADP. I do think he's after ADP now, though, right? No, I'm right at his ADP. I would rather draft Singleton than Sharps, basically. Like, give me the younger guy. Like, and I don't like Singleton as a prospect, but I think Singleton's definitely going to play before him. Sure, let's take the Kyle Williams dart. Why not, right? And then we'll take one of those two. If Fry makes it around, we take him. If he doesn't, we just push it to the last round and take another wide receiver. Is that Antonio? I don't take much Antonio Williams, but I kind of have a free pick here. Like, I would rather also have Chris Bell, who is coming off a torn ACL, but he had his torn ACL like 2 months before. And I don't know, like, the OC leaving, you have all that extra stuff going on as well over there in Seattle. So overall, like, the Charbonnet pick, I personally have a hard time with it. We're gonna wrap up after my last pick. I'm gonna review my team. I think he's a pretty good value. I'm not like extremely overweight, but like, I'm definitely like 11-12% on him. Like, I think that Brian Robinson, and I think him and Brian Robinson are really, really good values right now. I don't think Marshawn Lloyd like has the ability to stay healthy, and it sucks. Like, it really sucks. But yeah, we're gonna review my team, and then we're gonna review KY's team and Louisiana Lightning's team. And then we're gonna head out. We already kind of looked through Sweetleaf's team, and it's awesome. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, please smash the sub. And also hit the like. I'll be live tomorrow. So every Sunday night, I'm going to go live 6:30 p.m. If you're new. And if you want to see more tomorrow, I will be live at 4 p.m. Central. Assuming works out for Bestball on Call, he will be on my channel tomorrow. Look forward to that. I hope that even if it doesn't, maybe he jumps in midstream or something. That would be cool. Whatever works for him is fine with me. But I will be live at 4 p.m. Central. And then sometime next week, we may have, it may be next week, it may be next weekend. But Fantasy Dog Pound will be on at some point as well. That's going to be fun. Haven't got a draft with Pat before. I'm really into rookies. He generally fades rookies every year. I'm fine with that. Like, I'm sure we can build a team that makes sense. I don't require rookies. I just think that there's a couple of them that are underpriced right now. Just a couple of them, and then the other ones I just kind of mix in here and there. Garindo's still lurking. Jordan James might even be a thing. Yeah, like I'm interested to see the 0 RB that you cooked up. Wide receivers, ADP. I've still not clicked Keenan Allen. Maybe I'm dumb for not doing that. Jalen Royals is a pick that I think people are sleeping on right now. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it really is. Like, it's probably smart to fade rookies to some extent. But they're also the biggest hits you can get, right? Like, the biggest hits you can get are generally that. Yeah, I remember that too. I can't remember who it was. Well, it was post NFL draft, and look, I was I'm not going to do it this year. So a lot of the players I liked that got good draft capital moved up the board, and then I chased them up the board after the draft. Like, if I liked them at X price, I liked them at X price. I don't like them at Y price. Why change that? Right? Like, even if it's a good landing spot, like I get raising a little bit, but like RJ Harvey went from round 15 to round 5. Like, that is insane. That I was never on board with that. Like, I think I ended up having like 5 or 6%, but that was just because I needed running back sometimes, and he was the last one available. All right, we are done. We got Drake May, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Devontae Adams, Egbuka, Mike Evans, Brock Bowers, Stephon Diggs stacked up. We got the Diggs and Kyle Williams double stack. We have the Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irving, Egbuka, hopefully not Mike Evans triple stack. Then we got Montgomery, Emmett Johnson, Romeo Dobbs, Jonah Coleman, Isaiah Likely, Chimere DK, Brian Robinson, Trey Tucker, Pat Fry as tight end 3, and Jalen Royals, I think, is a really, really good pick right now with the Rashee Rice news. And nobody's really steaming that up. That is kind of interesting. KY went 0 RB. Some asshole sniped Joe Burrow on him. Jamar Chase, I mean, he knew that, like, he chose to take Lamar Jackson. He knew he wasn't getting Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, George Pickens, Zay Flowers with Lamar. That feels awesome, actually. I think I would rather have Zay Lamar Chase than Zay Chase Burrow, for sure. Even if you get Burrow down here. Ramondre, Marvin Harrison, Monengai, Blake Corum, JCM, Gainwell, Stroud, Penix, Sampson, Tank Dell, Isle Manor, Gunnar Helm, Okonkwo, Sanders, and Mooney. I like it. I'm curious why you want to, why did you force the third quarterback here? I'm generally curious. Are you still going to go 3 quarterbacks with an elite? I'm kind of pushing back on that being a thing with the current prices of quarterbacks. I'm not going to move somebody up the board to do that. And maybe there's just nobody here that you really liked at cost. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. But it's a really, really good team. I'm just curious about that, honestly. It didn't make the team worse. I'm just curious. Okay, so it's because you don't trust Stroud. Got it. And understood. Understood. Louisiana Lightning, 2693. James Cook, Omarion Hampton, T. Higgins, Ladd McConkey, Mekhi Lemon, Jaden Daniels, Jackson Dart. I love this combination. I've done Jaden Daniels, Jackson Dart a bunch. And you get a little divisional correlation. Like, I know they can't both score, but like as long as if you're stacking them as well, like it leads to like extra stacks on both sides. Like I like doing it. Tucker Craft, Tyler Algier, Chris Godwin, Tyreek Hill at 131. Are you not scared of the talks of the second procedure, or do you not know about the talks of the second procedure? James Conner, Pat Bryant, Theo Johnson, David Njoku, Omar Cooper, Ryan Flournoy, Mike Washington, Damon Claiborne, and Darius Slayton. Like I hadn't heard anything about it apparently, and I've heard a bunch of people talk about it. I personally haven't found the thread of Jeff Mueller talking about the second procedure. Apparently it was a Jeff Mueller tweet. I would look through some of the stuff the other day. I couldn't find it to confirm like what exactly was said, but I know Ship Chasing said something about he had a second, like there was something else that he was going in for or something, which has me a little scared. I want to, like, I'm going to do some research probably tomorrow or the next day, because I looked for it for about an hour and couldn't find anything. But I don't think they would say something unless they knew it either. So, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I had a good time. Hope you guys did too. Enjoy your night. I will be back 4 p.m. Central tomorrow with Bestball on call, most likely. See everybody later. Peace.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls in descent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains. From late season voids, he's dropping all the flames. Bestball, Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who must command in the storm etched in our brains? Who? Hey, thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire.